All right, it's over. Today is day 4 of No Name Nationals 2023. Yep, it ended yesterday at about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. They did awards for all the events, and it was awesome. We had a great time, and it was a successful weekend for me because Candy Kane actually is still running. I drove it this morning. It's fires up, runs just fine. I drove it over to my friend's house to deliver some things and came back with it, but this engine's still good. I did have some fuel pressure issues with it, but nonetheless, I did make some passes. I did get a few races in. The only real grudge race I got in, or call out, was from a race from last year, and that was against Frankenstein C20. Leslie's got that big block powered 3/4 ton C10 just like this one, and we had an awesome race. We both made our fastest passes of the day. Saturday or Friday, I was struggling with, like I said, fuel pressure issues. I'd shift into second gear. My fuel pressure would drop to like 2 psi, and I'd run out of gas. It kept falling on its face. I entered the bracket race. I dialed a 1020. I run a 1012 and broke out, but I couldn't get the truck to run very well. But yesterday morning, with it cold, I went ahead and got Leslie to line up against me, and he'd been running high 9s and 10s also for the last few days. But we both went up there, made a pass. I run a 938, and he run a 955, I believe. So we both made our best passes of the day, and it was a success. So it was a great time. I think didn't run as many times this year as I did last year. I did not do the burnout competition because I had to be home for homecoming. My daughter's homecoming game was there, and she was cheering there, and they had a dance afterwards. And for me, she's only got 2 years of high school left, so that was more important than doing a burnout competition. I'm only an hour and a half away from Sykeston, so it was not a big deal to drive home and go back the next morning. But it was awesome. Big shout out to Dallas and John Wilburn for hosting this event again this year, and Jeffers Motorsports Park for allowing us to do this there in Sykeston. It's a great facility, and it's a good track. So we are looking forward to coming back next year with something quite a bit more powerful. I do have a big engine for Candy Kane, and it should be a different beast. Got a lot of decisions to make on the route I want to take. I've wanted to make this truck a gasser for many years, do the old straight axle and all that front end. So there's a chance that I may cut the frame and put a tubular front end on the truck, go straight axle, roll cage, the whole 9 yards. The engine I want to put in there is going to make a lot more power, and I need safety equipment before I do it. So that's coming up this winter. I'm going to take probably a month of not messing with these cars. Got a lot of stuff to still do around the house, and temperature's dropping, and I've got some fishing I want to do. My grandson's ready to go, wet a hook, try to catch some bass and some crappie. But yeah, we're going to do that. Another thing we got going on is I'm going to attempt to get the Super Bee running this year. It needs a lot of metal work, and that's going to happen. But I've got an engine, and I'm picking up a 4-speed transmission, and I'm going to try to get this running and driving under its own power. So next year at No Name Nationals, I can actually bring this up and use it to drive around the pits and stuff, even though the car won't be ready for quite a while because of the amount of metal work that's got to be done to it. But running and driving will be good, just to move it around. I do have another huge shout out to NSB Custom Cars. Brought my daughter back up yesterday, and since she's got the 69 Super Bee, Dean Vickers there has his beautiful 69 Super Bee like this, and his has been restored several years ago, and it's a 4-speed big block car. And I asked him would he give my daughter a ride around the pits in the car so she could know what it was like riding in the in a 69 Super B, big old B body. So he dug through his pockets. He rattled his keys around. He pulled them out and said, "Here you go, man. Take her for a ride." And I was like, "There's no way. No way you're letting me drive your Super B in the pits here." So sure enough, he's like, "You know where reverse is?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." So hopped in the car, fired it right up, and drove around the pits with my daughter in his beautiful Super B. Man, that got me hooked. Got me hooked on that. I love the sound of the cam he's got in there, and his fast fuel injection system is nice. The shifter was great, that pistol grip, and his clutch was so easy to use in that car. I don't know what setup it is. I'm going to be talking to him about that. The clutch was great, and the power steering works wonderful too. So really makes me want to get this Super B back on the road. We got a lot going on though this winter with the motor upgrade and Candy Kane, suspension, all that stuff. And then just trying to get the Super B to run. Not trying to get it where like a street car or anything. I just want it to be able to move around under its own power and stop under, you know, its own brakes. So yeah, thanks Dallas and John for putting on this awesome event and allowing us all to participate. Everyone there was phenomenal. As the lady at Jeffers was saying, this was one of the best events. This community, no fighting. If anybody needed help, everyone was there to help. And I mean, yeah, we're all competitive, but the family of No Name Nationals is more about the family and not about the competition of who's going to be the best and the first or whatever. Although Roland's really making it where people want to do a little better and try to beat him, because man, 2 years in a row, overall winner of No Name Nationals. Awesome job, Roland. It's not easy. It's a hustle. You've done every event, you know, both years. I done them all last year. I was 3 points away from, you know, where you were at. And I told myself, man, that's just too much for me to do again. I'm not going to try that. So more power to you. You know, if you can continue to knock out all the events and win. I mean, you're winning in these events too. So, and being runner-ups, you know, that's all the points add up and get you there. So congratulations, Roland and Torque Racing Production for, you know, a great team effort on bringing home the overall No Name Nationals title. We will see you around. Stay tuned for more videos of Candy Kane and what I decide to do on upgrading. If I decide to go gasser, I'll be getting with another YouTube channel, Loud and Ugly Garage out of Michigan. He's got a 65 C10 with a small block that runs really good and it pops wheelies. And I like what he's done with his truck. So I'll be getting with him on his setup and how I might want to do mine if I decide to go that route. But if you're watching and you want more, to see more of what's going on, go ahead and hit that subscribe and you may get some Super B content along with the C10 content. And I will see you on the next video. I am Steven, and this is the Big Block 402 channel. And I'm gone.